video. Um, just because I had time this evening to do one rather than making a pre-recorded video. My plan was to talk about one of the things that came up in the Superhuman group this week. I will try to find myself to make sure I'm not doing anything crazy. Let me know if you can see and hear me. YouTube's telling me I'm somewhere. Let me know if you can hear and see me and all of that jazz. How do you find yourself? I'll find myself. All of that jazz. Within the, if you've any questions, just fire them up. It can be based on anything, what I'm talking about, or in general. Thank you, Trish. You can see and hear you. Look what I can do with the questions if you post them. I can be all like, "Wow!" Look at that. So if you want to have your name in lights, in there, if you want that to happen with your name attached, go for it. So in the group, we were talking about change. How whenever you change, whenever you're going through a change, whenever you're trying to improve your life, most people just talk about how amazing it is. It's great to feel fitter, healthier, stronger. It's great to focus on where you're going to be in 6 months, where you're going to be in 2 years, however long it is that you're aiming for. And I'm a big pusher, advocate, whatever, on goal setting and goal setting in the future. But it's important to break it right down as well so that you have the stepping stones to achieve your goal. But one of the things that comes up quite often when you're working with people and when people are trying to achieve their goals is they think that they've failed or they've self-sabotaged, and there's no reason behind it. They're doing something strange. They're hurting their ability to get their goal for no reason. And then some things will happen where we get a fear of success, a fear of imposter syndrome. Basically, we just start to doubt ourselves as we're going towards the goal, and because we've never been in this situation before, we don't actually know what's going on. So we start to have to look for reasons. And if you've never been here before, you've never been in that situation before, this is the first time you've been hitting your goals, hitting your targets, and you're feeling stronger, better, losing weight, whatever it is that the goal is. If you've never got past the feet, like whenever you get to the bit that's new, where you actually have a week or 2 weeks of thinking, fuck, I'm actually going to do this. Like, I've been consistent. I'm hitting every target that I want to hit. I'm starting to feel better about myself. I'm starting to feel happier, prouder in myself. Whenever you get to that point, there's a wee bit just past it. So first of all, you go to the point where you've always been. So if we use weight loss as an example, the last time I tried this, I lost 4 stone, and I'm there now. So it's sort of expected. I'll do that, and then I'll go back, and then you keep going, and you start getting better, and you lose more weight. You become healthier and stronger, more content in what you're doing. Your realization that you have the ability to achieve the goal is there as well. You go through a 2 week period of euphoria, for want of a better term, where you're thinking, this is fucking class. I know I can do this. I'm going to achieve it. Let's go. And then you sort of hit a wall whenever you realize you've never been here before. You don't know how to live this life. It feels different. And you can let me know in the comments, any of the comments. Whenever life feels different, we're very good at connecting that to a negative. This is different. This isn't right. Something's not right. Whenever you say to yourself, something's not right, you assume if it's not right, then it must be wrong. Instead of, it feels like it's not right, but it's actually just different. And because it's different, I have to learn how to live in this new different. Even just doing that alone, even understanding that by itself, will make it much easier for you to maintain and to keep moving forward in whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve. It's overlooked a lot because it's difficult to talk about. If you're trying to achieve a goal like weight loss, and you start to get to the point where you no longer resonate with yourself as the fat person, the overweight person, the snacker, the midnight binger, um, whatever way you wanted to word it. Whenever you don't, whenever you don't resonate with that anymore, but that's how everyone around you is knowing you. It's really hard for you to go in and go, here, I know I've lost 4 stone or 5 stone at this point, but I don't feel myself. I feel weird. I feel this is awkward. I feel like you sort of feel like you're doing yourself a disservice, and the people that have been watching you and supporting you and being inspired by you, that pressure of having to stay on top of everything as well makes it awkward for you to approach it and to approach the feeling of this doesn't fucking feel right. This is weird. And then what we do is we self sabotage because we don't know what we're feeling. We don't know how to deal with it. So we just go, right, fuck, I need to gain some control here. So I'll go back to, even if you don't consciously think, right, I'm going to go back to eating shitty food and not exercising and watching marathons on Netflix and hanging about people that usually bring me down and drinking more and all of the stuff. Even if you don't consciously decide to go back and do that, you'll realize that after about a week or so, you'll realize that that's actually what you started to do. You've just fell back into your old patterns. So the point of this part of the live is just to let you know that that's a normal thing. It comes up a lot. You have a tendency to not talk about it too much and to overlook it, but you're transitioning to a new, happier, healthier, better version of yourself, a more successful version of yourself. So whenever you're doing that, you can you have to learn how to live that way. So if you had anxiety and you clear the anxiety from you, then you need to work out how, I'm just getting loads of messages on the other screen. Uh, you need to work out. So if you've lived with anxiety for years and then you clear your anxiety, you need to work out how to live anxiety free. So it's just a new thing that has to be learned. When you become fitter and healthier, you have to learn to live a fitter, healthier life. Like you learn that sitting down watching marathons on Netflix actually does my head in now. I like to go out and about and to go for walks, to be out in nature, to improve my life. I enjoy that. I like that. So that's how life is changed for me now, rather than being sedentary and being someone that um, always held themselves back. So I just wanted to get that across. I thought it was a good point, and we had a good hour discussion about it. Um, Whenever you're transitioning, you're going to have to go through some sort of pain, and sometimes the pain doesn't make sense because you should be happy with what you've accomplished. You should be happy with where you are. You should be content, but that's not life's just not that easy. You want to be always readjusting so that when it's hard, you can you can roll with it and change whatever needs to change and remind yourself moving forward. Like if we were to use a example from nature, imagine if when the caterpillar turned to the mushy goo shit that it turns to before it becomes a butterfly. Imagine if it was like, fucking hell, this is a bit hectic. Fuck it, I'm not going any further. And tried to go back. It would never get back to where it was. And then it would end up, I don't know if this is scientifically possible, but for this analogy, it'll work. It would never get back to being a caterpillar, and it would never make it to being the butterfly and learn how to fly. So imagine that's you. You're changing from the caterpillar version of yourself, whatever your goal happens to be, and you're going through a bit of hardship, a bit of shittiness. You're going to have down times. You're going to have times where you don't feel like it's going according to plan or it's going the way that you want to go. But eventually, you will become that butterfly, and then you live your life as a butterfly forever. That's like the butterfly version of you. If you keep reminding yourself of that, then it makes it much easier to stay on track. So if anybody has got any questions on anything I just said or in general related to health, fitness, superheroes, whatever, um, I will try my best to answer them whilst I'm here. So my point with that is, whenever you want to change your life, you have to be willing to change it. I know that sounds silly or stupid or whatever, but sometimes people are willing to put a bit of work in, and then when life starts to change, when people around you are used to you being sedentary and you going out drinking at weekends and stuff with them, they start to like act like you think you're better than them, even though you don't. You're just doing what you do for yourself, reminding yourself that it's for you and you want to improve your life for you. It will have a ripple effect to the people around you, but mainly it's just for yourself. Um, so hopefully that all made sense. It's 10 minutes, that's not too bad. I see I have no questions, so I will leave it there. If you have any questions and you're catching up on this, then just post them in the comments and I will get back to them as soon as I can. Until then, have a super awesome day, whatever you get up to, and I will speak to you all soon. Oh, I next challenge. Now that I remember, I should have posted about this. I did post about it, but I should have said more about it. The next step challenge for superhuman ladies who want to improve their movement and gain better knowledge of why you do the things that you do, confidence, all of that sort of stuff. Then follow any of the links that I posted earlier or reach out to me and join the challenge. It starts on Monday. Very basic challenge, just improving your steps. There's a wee step workout every morning just to get you a wee kickstart, and then I have some live training within it, a live Q&A, and some other things that are awesome along the way. So now have a super awesome day, whatever you get up to, and I will speak to you all soon.